Aloha, I'm Felicia Miller Johnson, and I conduct work life video interviews with career professionals that become an all intuitive conversation. Aloha, welcome to another episode of All Intuitive Conversation. I'm Felicia Miller Johnson, and I have the opportunity to connect with my guests through Sekhem Energy. That all it does is encourage us to live smart and ascend to new levels of success in our work and life. So today I have the pleasure of reconnecting with Krystal. So let's bring her to the stream. Aloha, Krystal.
Aloha, good morning from Australia.
Good morning. So, yes, there is definitely a time difference for us, but yet we're still aligned and connected. So, all is well. So, girl, you and I connected what, like April, I think, of last year. I think it was pretty much on the whole Egyptian energy and connection, and with that, and we had a chance to talk. So, for those that are viewing, I have had a past conversation with Krystal, but this time we're going to have an all intuitive conversation to learn a little bit more about her. So, let's start with this, Krystal. What do you have planned later on today?
I am planning on finishing up a PowerPoint presentation and reaching out to some beautiful people to share with them an opportunity about my upcoming book.
Tell me more.
So I'll talk about the upcoming book.
Mhm.
It's called Beyond Certainty, Finding the Courage to Face the Unknown or to Embrace the Unknown. And I'm creating a Beyond series this year as a publisher, and I'm inviting divine feminine leaders, healers, coaches, and anybody who's kind of really resonating with this theme and has gone through significant uncertainty in their life, where the universe has just said, well, you thought your life was safe. Here, you now need to live in more alignment with who you are. And this is the only way we're going to get you to do that. So
Yes.
that's what the book is about.
Well, you're already lining with those individuals because we have the Queen of Two Swords. But the first thing is that it says being unable or unwilling to make a decision. And so we're connecting and aligning with that. The pop-up screen's there. So another thing that came up, it says follow your own heart rather than trying to make others happy. Pretending there is no problem, overanalyzing a situation. So with the women, you have the individuals that are going to be a part of the book, right? Tell me a little bit more about the individuals that would read this book.
Yes, so the women who would or the individuals who would read this book are people who are finding themselves in challenging situations where they just don't know how to get out of it. They are finding themselves in unfamiliar territory, where they thought life was one way, and it turned out that surprises happen, like transitions, like suddenly they're losing a job, suddenly they're finding out they're sick, they're leaving a partner, something else happens. So these challenging situations suddenly come into their lives, and they just think, and this book is there to help them, to prevent them from being a victim around their circumstances, to recognizing that this is an opportunity to create an even more amazing life.
Okay. Loving that. So the next question that's coming through, Krystal, do you know the meaning of your name?
Well, it's a crystal. I always associate it with a clear quartz crystal.
Okay. So yes, it's interesting because I have a deck here, Chris, because it was Crystal, so I'm going to pull this up. But when I looked up your name, technically it means ice.
Eyes. Oh, ice.
Ice. Ice.
Oh, okay. As in the
ICE.
cold ice.
Yes.
Okay.
Um, but what's interesting is that today I was called to have a little candle here with you, and then you have like this little candle burning
Yeah.
behind you in fire.
Hmm.
Yes, and then the next card that came out was this fire and this flame. So, although your name means ice, tell me about what lights Crystal up. What is your passion? What is your fire in your life?
What really lights me up, excuse me, morning
Mhm.
voice. What really lights me up is this is seeing people tapping into the magic and the gifts of their life, seeing them empowered, seeing them breaking through ways of what they thought they were, and finally coming into this, oh my God, there is flow, there's peace, there's alignment, because I also work as a coach and I have this beautiful client, and she's so expressive, and she's finally, overcoming challenges in life. She was saying to me, working with you has made life more synchronistic. And
Yes.
hearing that, it's like, yes, I love that. That's what lights me up so much, helping others tap in really into their power and into their flow and their genius.
Okay. Y- Again, still aligning with that because the next crystal I went to the crystal went ahead and was like Amazonite. And it talks about loosen your grip. So let me read this here because it's coming up. It said, there are times when enough is enough. It's time to relinquish control. You don't have to do it all. And what's more, you can't do it all. No one can. Some things in life are simply out of our control. Remember, your best at any given moment is good enough. It's easy to get stuck in our ways and feel like we might want to interfere with life's greater plan. Instead, try taking a step back to give space and time for the relationships and situations in your life to develop. Release the idea of things should, quote unquote, be making room for other things that could be. Everything will fall into place if you allow life to unfold in an organic way.
Hmm.
What resonates with you in that?
Look, I think that is speaking directly to me, because we are always teaching what we need to learn, I
Mm-hmm.
feel. So this idea, or this invitation to tap even deeper into the guidance and the trust, and trusting life, like the guidance of life and trusting that, and not trying to micromanage. I'm dancing this really beautiful, interesting dance between having a goal and wanting to achieve it and moving towards something in my business as I'm expanding,
Mm-hmm.
and at the same time keeping the spaciousness for the magic to unfold. And so this card to me is a beautiful reminder, um, to stay in that balance, or to readjust that balance.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So it's interesting because the analogy that's coming to mind is the ice and then the fire. But it's like when they come together, what happens? It's like the ice like starts to melt and
Yeah,
becomes like this water, and it
yeah,
becomes a little bit more fluid and
yeah,
going and be able to shape and reform into new things. So it's like, yes, this is what it means, but it's not, you're not cold. You're not rigid. It's, you have this passion in all the different things that you're living and doing in your life. How do you just let that kind of melt some things away and just become more and more fluid?
yeah.
So the question that's coming up next for you is, tell me about the thing that you did that was fun. What's the last time you just did something fun?
On the weekend, we went on a boat into the
Yeah.
ocean, and that was a lot of fun. That was so much fun.
Back to this ocean. Uh-huh. Tell me more.
Ocean, yeah, back to the water.
Uh-huh. And
Interesting.
so were you like guiding this boat and just
No, I was a passenger. I was just
okay.
sitting back and having fun.
Was it challenging for you to do that? Just to have fun?
No, not in that moment, because actually that's joy is one of my words for 2023. So I'm really looking for it every day now, because last year was a bit hard. There was a
Mhm.
lot going on. I was like, okay, now just line in the sand. No matter what life throws at me, I still have to make sure that I enjoy life right here, right now, not in the future that I'm planning for, but right now.
Yes. Because the other card that came up was the sacral chakra. and
Mhm.
about what are the pleasures that we are enjoying in life and just relaxing and feeling that pleasure. It's also connected to creativity and bringing new things, which is exactly what your business is about as well, and helping to bring this book about for other artists and individuals um, to come, uh, together and do that. So the question is becoming, what challenge do you think you need to release?
Hmm. To bring the creativity and bring more flow in. I think what do I the holding on that came up in the other card, the wanting to be in charge of how the clients come in, and rather than working more with a divine feminine who says, look, just I call them in and they'll just come, and they come in beautiful ways. So I think it's releasing a grip on I have to work hard to make it happen. That's really the thing I'm conscious on releasing at the moment, and
Mm-hmm.
finding ways that are more pleasurable, more joyful to make business work.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly the theme. Yeah.
So when you talk about working hard, because that was definitely one of the things that I kind of grew up with, the whole work hard, and then as they say now, work smarter. But then like my philosophy became, okay, Felicia, yeah, you can do those things, but how do you live smart? Tell me about that story where you were programmed, ingrained, where you always thought you had to work hard for everything versus the divine feminine flow.
Yeah, I think, I grew up in Germany with two parents who were children in the post-World War II. So life was tough for them. So there's a whole ancestral thing around there's not enough scarcity. We've got to work hard. We've got to stay in line to get the food. And there was, I just when I think about money and flow and joy as a child,
Mm-hmm.
that was there. So on top of that, my dad wanted to pass on to us this to instill responsibility, self-responsibility, and make our own money. So I had to, at the age of 16, 17, I had to make money to pay for my own driver's license, even though they potentially might have been able to pay it for me, but it just
Uh,
wasn't happening, right? Although I don't know if they could have. I mean, I don't know, but my mum always struggled. So struggle is a word here. She always struggled. She always felt overwhelmed. She never felt like she was on top of life and there was ease and flow. So I've
mm,
just grown up with a lot of ooh kind
mm,
of, and plus being in Germany where there's a word called work, work, build your home. That's like a saying. Work, work, build your home. And that's like the foundation, or has been when I grew up, the foundation of life.
yeah,
That, and it's the picket fence thing. You work hard, you get a good job, you get married, you have kids, you repeat the thing.
right. Hmm.
So
So in a way, that can probably build and help you to give your success that you have of working hard and having achievements, right? But then it comes with also this other thing of how do we just learn to just relax and just let certain things go and flow in that regard. So, so I was shopping because I was led to music. Do you enjoy music?
I do.
Okay. Have you ever heard of Grace Jones?
I think so, but if you asked me to sing a song of hers, I probably couldn't.
So this is, I was like, okay, well, what is the energy she's just kind of embodying? And so Grace Jones, it says, learn to be your own sugar daddy. Harness the
Mhm.
power of an unexploded bomb, always waiting, always ticking. To ensure survival, prey, Prey, must become hunter. And it's like with Grace Jones, what I know about her, like you said, you may not know her song, but it was like always her presence, her or she always stood for her own power, what she wanted.
Mm.
Out of life, she made no apology. She had like this classic role in the movie called what is that movie? Boomerang. and she was the artist, and she was just very high siding kind of thing. But here's a little bit about her story. Disco Glamazon, avatar of the fabulous life, provocateur, fashion renegade, jigsaw puzzle addict, and hula hooper extraordinaire. Grace Jones escaped her brutally strict Jamaican upbringing, right? Kind of sounds like how you were upbrought, right? To become the anointed ice queen.
Wow. Yep.
Okay. To become the anointed ice queen of the Coke, Quaalude, Kentucky, and a casual sex fueled Sodom that was 1970s New York. Combining catwalk, couture, and a street fighter snarl, she is the human equivalent of an unexploded bomb. The Divine Jones has spent her life exploring the limitless possibilities of being, taking countless risks, and stalking the margins where few, if any, of her countless imitators would dare to tread. So it's like she's like I said, she's in this whole category of her own, like I said, doing those things that she wants to do. Um, but she too, like I said, this whole ice is very similar to yours. She's like fire and ice. She's not cold, um, but she's not to be messed with either. So
Yeah.
yeah, so being led to that, look up one of her songs, learn a little
Mm.
bit more about her as how does she navigate ice and fire and live the life that she wants to continue to live the life. Yes, she had struggles in the past, but she's not letting that um, like interfere or impact her future. So it's definitely coming up, and I know as I go back to the sacral chakra, she has this, like I said, the sex appeal to her as well. I'm feeling that energy
Mhm.
connecting with you. So being encouraged as you're going on those journeys, doing those different things for the work, um, to check her out, listen to some of her music, and learn a bit more about Grace Jones, because I think you
Yeah.
guys are kind of aligning
She
in that way.
resonates a lot, like what you just shared about, I had this thought coming in this morning as like beyond sugar daddy, like that, not the exact word, but to
Yeah.
that extent. I was literally in the bathroom, it's like, you can do this yourself. What the heck are you even thinking? You don't need any help. You have the capacity. So just step into it. So I think, yeah, learning more about her and being activated by her fire will, and that who gives any shit about any that energy will be very, very attractive.
Yes, because I think it's the same way as this. I'm just looking at the cards because, like I said, it's I'm protected, I'm guarded, I'm going to do all these different things, right? But like I said, you have this whole fire in your life, but the guidance is loosen the grip, which
Yeah.
was connected back like to here. And then like the next picture that just flowed with it was the whole second sacral chakra, creativity, flowing and enjoying life. And then the guidance coming back to you is Grace Jones, and with the whole ice queen and your name meaning ice, but yet that's not who you who your daily life is and appearing. You're more of the fire. So it's like it's coming as a guidance for you to look that up, and then evidently that was confirmation. If you were already thinking about learning to be your own sugar daddy, then boom. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean it's like right there. So um
Beautiful.
so yeah. So okay. So thank you, Krystal, so much for coming and being open to sharing your energy with us. I do hope you were encouraged to live smart and ascend to new levels of success in your work and life. Thank you for those that have joined us. If you want to be a part of Krystal's project, Krystal, where can people reach you?
Facebook or LinkedIn is a good place. Just under search my name, you'll find me. But my website is also not but my website is krystalhille.org, and because of the Beyond series, it's krystalhille.org/beyond. It gets you directly to that project that is open at the moment.
Awesome. Well, thank you, lady. Thank you for those that have joined us. And until we meet again, This has been another episode of All Intuitive Conversation.